In the top stories, the Lime-Flow merger is given the green light. The NCC vows to keep battling the invasion of sargassum seaweed, and Springer Memorial and Leicester Vaughan are the BSSAC champions. Welcome to Nation News for Friday, March 27, 2015. I'm Natasha Beckles.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News. Your news, your time, your way.
The merger of telecommunications companies Lime and Flow has been given the green light by the Fair Trading Commission in Barbados. However, the agency has set out a number of conditions in light of what it calls the anti-competitive effects that the merger will have on landline and broadband internet services. In a decision issued on Friday, the FTC said the merged entity will have to sell some of its fiber cables and supporting equipment in areas where there is an overlap of Flow and Lime networks. The FTC says these assets should be sold to a company capable of maintaining a viable network. The new entity will also be required to make provisions for number portability. You can read the full decision on nationnews.com. The United States has urged member countries of the regional security system to pass laws which will allow them to seize the assets of drug cartels. The call was made by Consul General of the United States Embassy Mark Byesfield, who addressed the annual meeting of the RSS Council of Ministers at the Hilton, Barbados on Friday. He said the proceeds of crime can be used to fund countries' commitments to the RSS while hitting the criminals where it hurts, in their pockets. Prime Minister Frondell Stewart of Barbados and Dr. Timothy Harris of St. Kitts and Nevis attended the meeting, along with a number of regional attorneys general and heads of security forces. Dr. Harris spoke to the media.
From issues of security to broader issues of development and foreign relations. And so this meeting in particular is targeted mainly to deal with issues brought to the fore by the ministers responsible for security, and that is the main purpose of today's meeting. We are in constant dialogue with the relevant other players with respect to the broad portfolio of developmental assistance.
The National Conservation Commission says it is doing its best to battle the invasion of sargassum seaweed on Barbados beaches. General Manager Keith Neblett told Nation News the invasion is not only impacting hotels and beachgoers, but also turtle nesting sites. He said the NCC has redeployed a lot of its staff, but this was no longer enough and mechanical equipment will have to be used. Mr. Neblett said the agency is using some of the seaweed in its nurseries while farmers are using it in their fields. Meantime, CEO of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, Sue Springer, says some hoteliers have brought in extra staff to deal with the issue and some were using it as fertilizer. Many students have had to defer their environmental studies at UWI's Cave Hill campus because they cannot afford it. This is according to Senior Laboratory Technician in the Center for Resource Management and Environmental Studies, Renata Goodrich, who said the department is looking to partner with related agencies to provide scholarships.
We're seeing a high interest in our faculty for sure, especially with the top masters. We also have quite a few MPhil and PhD students now, which is great as well, doing research in climate change and water resources predominantly, which are quite important. A little bit less so in the top masters program right now, just because of the turnover with the fees change and everything. But there's a lot of interest. It's just a matter of actually finding funding scholarships for students, especially regional students, to be able to come into the project.
Ms. Goodrich was speaking as the university held its annual graduate fair at the campus on Thursday. Students of St. Gabriel's School have been focusing on the beauty of the world with its varied languages, animals, plants, and cultures. Principal Angela Blackett told Nation News each class chose a country or region to research and then created an exhibit. Africa, Antarctica, and even outer space were all on display on Friday during an open day at the school. Meantime, on Thursday, students of Gordon Greenwich Primary School observed Music Day with a visit from the Royal Barbados Police Force Band. The band treated the children to a number of selections, and it seems a good time was had by all. In sport, Springer Memorial won their 16th girls title, while the Leicester Vaughan School captured the boys title for the first time on Friday at the Powerade Barbados Secondary Schools Athletic Championships. Springer, sponsored by Scotiabank, won with 391 points, while the St. Michael's School was a distant second on 238. Burger King Leicester Vaughan took the lead early in the day and did not look back, finishing with 276.5 points. Christchurch Foundation had to settle for second with 238.5 points. Enrique Babb of Coleridge and Parry was the victor Ludorum, while Mary Fraser of Darrell Jordan and Lodge School's Akela Morris shared the Victrix Ludorum title. And finally, a Pittsburgh woman who pretended to be a lawyer for a decade has been charged with forgery and unauthorized practice of law. 45-year-old Kimberly Kitchen was in line to be named a partner in a law firm when it was discovered that she was never admitted to the bar and never even attended law school. Prosecutors say she forged a law license, bar exam results, an email showing she attended law school, and a check for a state attorney registration fee. Her lawyer refused to comment on whether there were any complaints about Ms. Kitchen's practice, but said her client was incredibly competent. And that's Nation News for Friday. For more, log on to nationnews.com, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Remember to pick up your papers over the weekend or subscribe to our e-paper. You can also look out for the Weekend Buzz a little later. Thank you so much for joining us.